Daronak asked the following question.
Hello, Honest John and Exile Guy. This here is a question for the great debate. Yeah. I actually got kind of two questions here, and you see, the first one is, what would y'all do if you were elected president with all of the creationists? My second question, depending on how you answer the first question, would be, what would you do to fix our here educational system? Like I said, it depends on how you answer the first question. Like, if you would keep them, would you teach the controversy, or would you, or what else would you there do? There's my question, and I hope that y'all get back to me. See y'all at the next episode of The Great Debate. Y'all take care now.
You know, I'm really glad you asked those two questions because it's an issue that's very dear to my heart. And if you looked at my videos, creationists, dominionists, and other assorted vermin, you know what my answer is and how I feel about it. Basically, I would take creationists and move them to Texas. That's where they belong. They can all go down there and hang out with each other and preach to each other and pray with each other, and they can have a lovely fucking time. And that's kind of my solution. Texas is my repository for all assorted vermin. So that's what'll happen there. And your other question about, well, how does that relate to education? Well, of course, the IQ in the general country is going to go up if all these fucking morons are gone. All right? And the ones that have procreated and, choose to take their fucking children with them, well, that much better for everybody else, all right? And, and then we don't have to worry about their stupid ideas appearing in textbooks. And we can teach children science and math and, biology and whatever without having to, infuse it with, angels and Satan and, that kind of shit. So, that's kind of where I am with that. I'm glad you asked the question. I think it's a good one. I think it's important. And I think that in the general scheme of things, people have to be aware that we just have to fucking get rid of Texas. There's no doubt about it. It must be done. Thank you so much.
Daronak has asked an excellent question. I want to thank you for that question. I hope you'll ask more. I hope everybody will ask more questions. Just put them in the comments section or as a video response. We love that. And I don't disagree with what Exile Guy says about this controversy. But I wonder how he really feels about it. See, Exile Guy was created by a cartoonist and an animator. The Cartoon Kingdom was created by cartoonists and animators. Don't you think that Exile Guy might secretly have creationist leanings? As for what I would do, well, though it's not a bad idea to send creationists to Texas, it wouldn't be right. In America, people have the right to believe whatever crazy thing they want. As long as they don't bother anybody, it's okay. I'd even let them teach it in schools, as long as it's in mythology class. Any science teacher who uses the word creationism without the words batshit crazy would be fired and forced to wear a scarlet A because he's an asshole. But it's just a sad truth. You can't get rid of all the nutcases and fruitcakes and assholes. Even if you got rid of all the creationists, we'd still have Scientologists, conspiracy nuts, flat earthers, and Ron Paul fans. You can't get rid of them all. Just keep them out of the schools, and whenever possible, poke fun at them and have a good laugh. I mean, you gotta admit, they are pretty funny. See, they don't get how incredibly ridiculous they are. Laughing at them really fucks them up. I hope that answers your questions. Now, off to the right has asked me, considering your history of drug and alcohol abuse, is your promise I will get you off a chemical or intimate personal program? How many jobs will you give? And will you remember in the morning? Well, first, I haven't had a drink since I was in my 20s. So you got me wrong there, dude. I just smoke weed. It's Exile Guy who's the drunk. Now I will end the drug war. I will make weed completely legal. So I will get you off that way. But I'm also posting a link in the description box to my video, I Will Get You Off, which will give you all the information you need about the Sexual Relief Corps, which I will create when I'm elected. And it will be dedicated Americans who will end horniness in America once and for all. So I guess I will get you off that way. So I guess I'll give plenty of jobs. And I don't know whether I'll remember in the morning or not. But I can guarantee you this, I won't respect you. Serious Mind has asked Exile Guy, Honest John has promised to get us off. What is your plan for Americans to get more sex more often? Serious, he doesn't have a plan. He doesn't want to get you off. He wants you to be horny and frustrated. You know why? Because then you won't be able to think straight. And you'll wind up voting for him. Or maybe even Rick Perry. A vote for Exile Guy is a vote for masturbation.
Well, you know, Honest John seems to think he answered the question for me. So, you know, all I can add is, you know, I mean, who's really asking the question, man? Is it you? Is it your old lady? Who wants to know about more sex? Because, you know, there's always more sex out there. There's always fucking more sex out there. You know, sometimes it's like fucking shooting fish in a barrel. You know what I'm saying? Can you dig where I'm at here? You know, what was the question?
And finally, Ricky McGinnis has asked, in a fist fight, who would win, me or Exile Guy? Now look, I'm a peaceful kind of guy. I think that violence is a failure of intellect. But if I did get in a fight with Exile Guy, I would fuck that motherfucker up. First, I'd rip out his eyes and put him in backwards so he'd look at his brain. Then, I'd rip off his balls and stuff them in his mouth. Then I'd switch his dick and his nose so that his nose would be where his dick is and his dick would be where his nose is. And if you've seen his videos, you know that would probably be an improvement. Then I'd rip off his head and shit down his neck. I hope that answers your questions.
You know, Honest John is just a violent fuck. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's gonna do this to me, and he's gonna do that to me, and his fucking fisticuffs. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna fucking kick my ass. He's gonna fuck me up. What is he gonna do? He's gonna bring his fucking fisticuffs to a gunfight.